He's a corporate junkie and a turned educator speaking to you about you make that change. It's about to give you goosebumps. Dimitri?
By August 2018, I was an emotional wreck. Life felt so bleakful that slitting my wrists felt as the perfect means of escape. I pondered on the thought many times, and it felt convincing. The idea of ending my life felt as the just cause to end all the agony and suffering I was experiencing on a daily basis. Redemption was an excruciating desire. Guilt, a shameful and ugly experience. To face public opinion, to save a relationship. I kept pushing the thought of happiness out of my mind in order to be accepted. My family kept encouraging me to do the right thing that would make me happy. Yet, self-doubt, a safe salary, and the illusion to satisfy others first shrouded my judgment. This cycle of emotional chaos lasted for months until one fine day, I had a bit too much to drink at a family gathering. With nothing to eat but the whiskey consumed, my family and I hailed a cab home, and I must have been quite drunk to blurt out that I wanted to kill myself over and over again. And apparently, I had tried jumping out of the moving vehicle as well. Mind you, this was all done while my family was in the same vehicle. I come from a strong Catholic background, but to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, it was a very dark and difficult time. It felt like no matter how many times I prayed, no matter how many offerings and masses I attended, the pain never left, but misery and agony lingered. It consumed me to such an extent that I wanted to destroy myself completely, spiritually and physically. Being a rebellious young man, I wanted to become independent as soon as possible, to grab the first opportunity available, because having money meant that I could do whatever I wanted. This is where we lack the patience to choose the right career path. An interesting twist is that my merchandising career was completely different to what I studied at university, which was an IT major. Yet, even though I joined one of the largest apparel companies in Sri Lanka, I felt lost. I was naive to what was happening around me in this corporate world. I didn't fit into the culture, nor with the system. It was an intrinsic fault of mine. Or so I thought. I had programmed my brain to live within the boundaries of work. My life revolved around public opinion and salary. In explanation, I was happy to tell my parents I was working for such a company, and even to date a girl from the same company as well. All with the facade that I was trying to fit in. Not knowing what I feared led to frustration, depression, anxiety, self-doubt. All in a terrifying downward spiral. Let me take you back to the beginning of my story. 5 years of torture, day in, day out. I was a host last year at this very event, but let me be very frank, I was an utter mess. Talk to auntie once this is all over and she'll tell you. I had no leave, but there I was anyway. I had so much of shit on my plate, but I did not want to miss the opportunity. I wanted to take the risk. But saying that, I had no idea that when I went back to work the next day, I would get a good kani from my boss. I wanted to move out, but fear held me back of taking a bold step forward. Yet, after many traumatic moments and a long discussion with my family, my father finally said, quit. I handed in my resignation soon after. But I was in two minds about the whole situation until I found this job and I finally found the peace, love and satisfaction like I had 5 years ago. I have never been this happy. I know that there are many youth out there who go through this more than we realize. It is because you are afraid to step out of your comfort zone. You want to step out because of the situation you're in, but let me make it very clear to you. You are going to fail when you step out of your comfort zone. It is going to take time, but it is so much better to step forward and fail and work towards happiness rather than complain about the shitty and mediocre life you're living. This unstable mindset and mental health is among the youth, but there are so many opportunities out there. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand that as human beings, we should be responsible for our own happiness. The sort of happiness that stems not from public opinion or, cultural barriers. No. The sort of happiness that comes from within. Let me tell you a true story. A friend of mine has been married for almost 3 years now, and you know how it is with newly married couples, right? Saying that, it did not take long for her husband to cheat on her with a cousin. When confronted, arguments would flare up at home, where my friend would be sexually abused and assaulted. How she had the courage, how she had the guts to approach someone like me, not related by blood, but just someone who was able to listen, was a feat of strength and courage itself. Nevertheless, I asked her, why? Why do you still cling on? Why do you still hold on to this one true love of yours? And her response shocked me. She replied with, "Dimi, I'm so afraid as to how my neighbors and family would think of me." Do you see how much of power we have given the public and the repercussions of our thoughts and actions? But it is not too late. It does not matter if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. If you realize, if you find out that what you're doing right now, what you're doing at this very moment, is not bringing happiness, it's not putting that smile on your face when you wake up on a Monday morning to go achieve your targets and goals, you are not too late. Ladies and gentlemen, be selfish for yourself. The sort of selfishness that happiness should not come from anyone else, but you are able to manifest it. Be selfish to become happy for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, if you had asked me 5 years ago what I was doing, I would have responded with Machang merchandiser and life is going on. Now, I'm able to tell people that I'm a full-time teacher, lecturer, vlogger, musician, recently promoted headmaster, and living my best life because I was, even though scared to fall at first, I took a step, failed towards, and became happy.